So, just military units, military units, military units. That's going to be the theme of this episode and maybe the next coming episodes because Korea is producing so much science per turn. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we don't have any army up whatsoever. We need to build a lot of units really quickly. So we've already started somewhat in Kyoto and Akita. We've gotten 2 cannons already begun. By the way, I know that I need to get a workboat on this fish tile here. I will go ahead and do that probably within this episode after I finish up the windmill. Nagasaki is going to kind of focus more on things that it traditionally needs to build as a city. For the most part, this city is pretty much lagging behind, and I really got to get this city kind of up to par. It's going to be a struggle because there's just so many sea tiles here, but we're going to try our best. These are going to be our main cities for production, and I hope I can... Well, here's the thing. I have to build 2 things. I've got to build artillery units, maybe about 5 of those to keep ourselves safe in mainland Japan. But I'd like to also build up a massive navy at some point. And I don't know, maybe I'll have to kind of keep myself disciplined here and only build a certain amount of artillery units if I'm going to want to get up a sort of big navy. Now, I've already gotten the technology for public schools, which is very important. I think so I don't really need to focus on any other important technologies just yet. I can kind of do whatever I want. Now, a big one that I definitely want to get going is I need to figure out how to get, well, I already have, navigation, but I need to figure out how to get some iron. I've got to get some iron stat because if I ever want to get a navy, I mean, I just got to build frigates. Because the turtle ships that Korea controls right now are extremely powerful. Believe me. I know because I'm playing as Korea right now on this channel, and it's like, holy shit, I never realized just how massive the combat strength is for these turtle ships. So I'm going to need frigates, at least a few frigates, if I ever want to take control of Korea, if I ever want to take down their capital and try to break them from this game. So I was checking the info addicts, and I didn't realize how bad of a situation we're in. I don't know why I didn't see this sort of category before, but yeah, so I can go straight up to... Well, I can go straight up to technologies. Currently, Korea isn't that high technically in raw techs. That's such a mouthful. That's what she said. But I'm doing really good, surprisingly, in science. I'm doing surprisingly really well. Korea and Egypt are 1 and 2. Korea only has 2 techs ahead of second place, Egypt. But when you go to actual science, how much science they're making per turn, look at this shit. Compared to the rest of the world, Korea is destroying with 346 science per turn. It's turn 33, damn it. It is turn 33. What the hell is going on here? That's crazy. We're at 269 per turn, and we're third place. We're looking pretty good compared to the rest of the world. We're looking real good. Egypt is actually surprisingly doing well too, and I imagine it's all the wonders that they have built up. And I'm sure if we go to wonders, yeah, I mean, Egypt has 8 out of... Oh my gosh, they're first place with 8 wonders. Second place is Mongolia. So, and military manpower, here we go. This is what I'm looking at here, because I need to check out where is Korea on this list. Yeah, Korea is pretty high. Now, the key thing is here, if Korea ends up winning their war against China, we're going to need to somehow drag in Mongolia. That's really one of the only ways we're going to be able to even have a shot of taking down Korea. Or Siam. I mean, maybe even better, both. Both would be really nice if I could take them both down. I don't know. It depends on a few things. We'll see. But right now, we don't even have a military to even begin to discuss this whole matter. So I'm going to just skip over that. I mean, everything else in here, I really should have looked at this map way earlier. But yeah, so this is going to be interesting. GNP. That's the thing, is we're doing pretty good in our gold per turn right now. 51 gold per turn. I mean, we did manage to kind of fix a lot of things, and that's because we have all of our cargo ships out. And we're probably going to have to remove the sending of food, I think, between our internal, I guess with our own internal trade routes. Oh, we're not doing any of that. We're seriously just, I forgot about that. We're just completely absorbing all of Korea's power and shit here. Very interesting. All right, let's go to the next turn finally. I'm sorry, I'll stop talking, but I was just, kind of generally going over the strategy here. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough because Korea, well, the good thing is if they end up winning their war with China, oh my gosh, look how many cities they have. it might not even matter that they're making so much science per turn, because right now they have 7 cities, and if they take over a few, maybe from China, they're going to have even more. Maybe they get up to 10. That's going to make it very, very difficult for them to win a science victory. 10 cities? I mean, yeah, they could do it. It's just going to make it a lot harder, no matter how much science they're generating per turn. Also, final thing. Over the break, I did go ahead and change this city name to a more traditional Australian city. Even though geographically, I know this isn't in the right location. I think this city is supposed to be like somewhere down here. But I didn't really see many major cities that are in this location of Australia. So this was just, I don't know, a major city that I thought, well, maybe we should go for the major city rather than a smaller one. But I don't know. I just imagine like I picked it out of a hat. That's what I fucking did pretty much. Because I know that somebody suggested it. And yes, okay, so yeah, so that's why I picked it. So yeah, we'll get that gold per turn from Bismarck. And I imagine that there's probably going to be even more wars going on within this episode. An ideology has been chosen. India chose order. All right. I should double check to see how the diplomacy in this world is going. I'm cool with Siam. I'm going to go ahead and accept this. I mean, we've been pretty good buds, and I think Siam is going to be the big helpful hand here when it comes to kind of taking on East Asia. Okay, and then Second Congress, yeah, people are upset. Askia is at least upset. Oh, that was weird. Did you see that? That was weird. This window just kind of like did some odd stuff. Carthage and Siam are now friends. Siam publicly denounced Arabia. And new research agreement between Morocco and Carthage. I am still discovering the Americas. I've got 1 scout in South America, 1 scout in North America. Hopefully we find some good ruins. I know that was what I was really kind of fighting for these last few videos, is that we get a couple good ruins. And we are going to start our road in between Nagasaki and Kyoto. So let's begin that. And I forgot about this guy. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and delete this scout. There isn't anything left for us. I know that I wanted to eventually kind of get over towards at least East Asia, or I'm sorry, East Europe, figure out what the hell is going on behind this fog of war. But there's just so many open border agreements that I'm going to have to go through, and right now I'm asking for a lot of gold from a lot of these civs. I'm not really willing to give them the gold back, just so that I can, figure out what's going on behind there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this guy. He's not really as useful as a couple of my other scout units. And I'll use this caravel to hopefully find a couple more ruins. All right, so let's see. Well, what do we got? We got 60 gold. All right, I'll take that. That's not bad. Okay, and let's go ahead. Yeah, I guess a university in Perth may be the right idea. Or a zoo. We aren't doing amazing in terms of happiness. We should probably do the zoo first. Even though science is more important, I need to think about my happiness here. And if by some off chance, oh, my spy was killed, son of a bitch. All right, well, it looks like I think I was supposed to steal technology from Korea as well, so that's unlucky. Also, Siam and India has joined the party here in Australia. Wow, there's going to be a massive Asian party going on right here in Australia. That's very interesting. I still haven't checked out New Zealand yet. I imagine that, well, traditionally, I actually know a little bit about New Zealand. My good friend just came back from staying in New Zealand for like 6 months. Apparently, she said that there just really isn't very much exports that New Zealand has. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I mean, I'm just kind of taking her word for it. But she said that New Zealand doesn't have that many sort of export. That's part, and I imagine my personal self imagines that's why New Zealand has kind of been untouched. That's why it's such a beautiful country, because a lot of the European powers didn't go there because there was nothing there for them to trade or for them to sell or whatever it is. Okay, so Korea's mad because they stole my spy. I guess I'll tell them, nah, I'm gonna be straight up with them, because I mean, we're gonna go to war. We might as well. I'd much rather, tell him what's up, tell him that I don't fucking like his face. That way, if we get caught on spying again, it's not going to be that big of a deal. If I promised him then that I wouldn't spy on him, I'm going to get a pretty big diplomatic hit for lying. So I might as well tell him straight up, hey, you're a dick. I'm going to continue to spy on you because I kind of have to. I don't want you to win the game. I'm too competitive. I'm way too competitive. I know that, I probably shouldn't be, especially in a game like this. Siam and Morocco have made a declaration of friendship. I probably shouldn't be as competitive in a game like this, but it's hard. Even though it looks like my chances of winning look so bad, It's hard to just give up on myself and think, okay, I'm not gonna win this game, just deal with it. No, I can't do that. I'm just not that type of person. I can't just be like, all right, I'm not gonna win this game, no problem. I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna kind of continue to go for it. I'm always gonna try to win the game, no matter how bad it's looking for me. That's just how I play. That's just how I play strategy games like this. I'm always gonna try my bestest. Oh my gosh, China's gonna lose this city. Holy shit. Yeah, so those turtle ships are doing, I imagine, some pretty good-ass damage to China. That's surprising. I'm always going to try to win, no matter how far behind, no matter what the chances are like. I know that I'm probably not going to win this game, but I'm going to try my damn hardest. And I'm going to think of some strategies. I mean, really, theoretically, right now, I take out Korea. I mean, maybe not I completely take them out, but I take a few cities from Korea. See, look at this. Mongolia is willing to go to war with somebody. I know this is Persia. I know this is not Korea, but let's say Korea, for instance, begins to maybe take all these cities. Now, I don't know if they're going to take Beijing because Beijing isn't really on the coast, and they're going to have some tuffle. They're going to have a tough time taking that city just because I don't know how their naval units are going to get over there. Well, they're going to have to make some sort of landing, and I'm not sure how many land units they have. Looks like a lot of people are declaring war on Arabia. They take over a few of these Chinese cities. Mongolia is very, very powerful. In terms of military, Mongolia, I think, is number one. World Congress welcomes city-states. Okay. If we convince Mongolia, maybe and Siam, then we're looking pretty good. We don't need, I mean, we're just a human player. We can just play it smart. We won't have that many units, but I'm hoping the AI will be a kind of a big-ass sponge to deflect a lot of the Korean troops, and hopefully they send them that way, not towards mainland Japan. Okay, my happiness is now at 9. Not bad. I'm going to get a new social policy in 9 turns as well. We might want to think about dipping down rationalism. I know I could possibly go for some extra golds. Some extra gold might be good when I'm building a big-ass military, but we'll see. We will see. A worker is always useful, but is there anything else that would be kind of crucial for me to build? I know public schools are important, but I'm actually thinking worker. Actually, how fast could you build just a regular old unit? How am I going to get iron? That's what I need to think about right now. How the hell am I going to get iron right now? I know that I could trade with somebody, but is that something that I want to do? Is there any good spots? Now, what I was hoping for, I could go here, go for, slapping something down in Hawaii and figuring out, well, there are 6 iron in Hawaii. And I also would have access to this atoll. Might not be a bad idea. I would get 2 rivers and a mountain. That's not bad. That's not bad. And I could probably just purchase a settler for 500 gold. Ooh. But I don't know if my happiness would really be able to sustain that right now. How fast could I build a settler? I could build a settler in 5 turns, in Manila at least. That's not terrible. That's not bad at all. How long would it take it to grow? I mean, I could really use like 6 iron to myself. That way I wouldn't have to pay for it. I don't have access to marble, right? I'm not trading marble with anybody. No, I'm not. Damn, okay. I think I might need to go over there and settle in Hawaii. I like that. Taking over, maybe make it ironic. Call it Pearl Harbor. I was going to say that's messed up, but you know what? I mean, it's been like almost 75 years. Come on, guys. It's all good. It's not messed up anymore. There's a certain time limit to everything. I mean, it's all good. Okay, so I would like to get up another caravel in 6 turns, but let's go ahead. No, worker is lame because there isn't much tiles I can work here. There aren't much tiles left in mainland Japan that I could work. Maybe I won't do it. I definitely want to get a settler. I think I am going to rush for Hawaii. I guess I'll start off with a caravel. A caravel in 6 turns. Start off the navy at some point, I think, but I'm also thinking maybe a cannon in 9 turns isn't bad. You know what? I'm going to build a cannon. I'm going to go ahead and build a cannon in 9 turns. We still have quite a long time before we actually get access to dynamite and artillery, so it's not that bad. All right, and again, I don't really need much of these techs here, so it's not that big of a deal if I rush. I'm going to go ahead and go military science for now. We could build a military academy, give us more experience. I'm obviously going to try to get myself as the world leader. France and Egypt have made a declaration of friendship. India and Ottomans, okay. Interesting, and a lot of people have declared war on Arabia. Seems like Arabia is not too popular nowadays. Now I need to make sure that I kind of get up some sort of amount of gold to kind of be backed up. That way, we're able to purchase all these upgrades for our cannons to turn into artillery units. But then again, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not really trying to rush. You know, initially my strategy, and this is kind of how I go in most Civilization games, but initially my strategy is always, boom, once I get the dynamite technology, I'm going to rush artillery. It's just like, boom, upgrade everybody, and then right there, like 1 turn later, I declare war. That's not, and yes, Korea did take this Chinese city. That's not how we can do it in this game, because Korea is way too powerful. They're way too ahead in technology, and they're just way too ahead. They have way too many ships and military power for us to do that. We wouldn't even stand a chance, especially because they have a pretty large navy, and it's just something that we won't be able to do. We won't be able to sustain. We're going to have to get up dynamite, and we still have to build a massive navy if we ever want to have a chance to do this. Why did I do that again? I don't know. Okay, and Siam looks like he's going to remain the host because he has 3 votes out of the rest of the world that only has 2. That's interesting. All these diplomatic relations, of course, Greece has built the Forbidden Palace, but it's too late. Oh, yes! We just got a population ruin. Awesome. If only I knew exactly. Oh, damn, I just missed that little notification. I hope it didn't go here. That would have been a waste, but it might have. I would have obviously liked that population to have gone to a bigger city, but I don't know. I imagine there's got to be a few other ruins up inside mainland South America. I'm hoping. Oh, and Catherine made peace with Harun al-Rashid. All right, Harun al-Rashid, you are probably not doing so well because you overexpanded. I'm glad that actually I've decided to settle in Hawaii. I think Hawaii is not a bad choice. I mean, I should be able to sustain the happiness because it has a unique luxury resource that we do not have as the Japanese Empire. So that marble will help. I mean, I know that won't provide us any more, production for wonders. That's okay. But that extra iron's really going to help out. So before I get access to that iron, we are just going to continue to build artillery units, maybe 1 or 2 melee units. I mean, we're going to get access to getting the rifleman technology soon. So getting up maybe 2 or so melee units would be something that's kind of important to us. And I guess I'll travel this way. I think we're in Tennessee somewhere right now. And I think we're done here. I think we're done in Perth. I think I might as well send over this way. And because this city needs some farms, I mean, we still have access to get some wine going on here. That's going to help out our happiness. I mean, we're already down to 6. Wow. Our happiness is falling really, really fast here. Research agreement has been completed. Oh, wow. Someone stole something from Kyoto. We might want to, again, get some sort of spy inside there to protect ourselves, but I don't know. I'm surprised that Korea has had such good spy defense. I mean, oh man, that hurts to lose our spy like that. They must have some sort of buildings. So everyone's going to ask me for research agreements, I'm especially not going to do it with Egypt. Hell nah. We're not doing it with Egypt or Korea. We're doing pretty good ourselves, and we should probably look at who is in the 4th and 5th place spots. I believe India is somewhere up there. And I think that's because, we've been getting a lot of research agreements up with India, so it's kind of something that we should think about maybe in the future not doing so much. Russia has denounced Arabia, okay. And we're making 60 gold per turn right now. That is what I like to see. Part of the reason why, I forget, part of the reason though why I'm doing so good in science is because of Korea. So, because I started thinking to myself, wait a second, I'm in a terrible spot. Over the break I kind of review over what happens and kind of look at some of the info and the statistics, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did I get this much science? But then I remember, wait a second, I just remembered right now, I am completely leeching off of Korea and all of their science per turn, so that's happening. Okay, so this worker, I sent down south, I'm sorry, not this worker, I sent the Australian worker over towards the west. And with this Japanese worker, I think I'm going to get this last tile, maybe wait until I can build a trading post here on this final untouched jungle territory, and then Manila will be done, because I've worked everything I can inside of this city. Alright, and we finished up a windmill in Nagasaki. I will go ahead and build a workboat in 3 turns, not bad. We also recruited our spy. I guess I'll send him back to Korea, maybe a 2nd city in Korea, maybe not the capital since they've got such a well-defended capital. I guess the next biggest city would be right. We'll see how long it takes. I guess we'll wait. Anyways, guys, looks like I'm going to have to stop it right there. Russia has denounced Arabia. And I could rush dynamite, but at the same time, I think I might want to get rifling first. That way, we're able to pump out a few more cannon units, which we're able to build a lot faster within our Japanese cities, and then we can just, afford the gold to upgrade later on. I think that's a better choice for right now. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.